So let's pass the mic to Wanda. Oh, let's give Kristen a round of applause again. Thank you so much for sharing. So tell everybody who you are in your own words.
I'm Wanda Watson-Brown with Premier Small Business Solutions, and I help professional business owners maintain a better lifestyle by giving them peace of mind that their financial house is in order.
Ooh, did you like that? Oh, that's great. Okay, so before you came to work with me, paint us a quick picture of what your business looked like. And you know what? Paint a picture of what your life and your business look like. As much as you can tell without falling into a puddle of tears, please. Oh, you guys want the tissues?
In one word, it was all just terribly chaotic. My business was all over the place. I actually didn't have anyone working for me until I met Darnyelle at a conference. Mm-hmm. And one of the things she said that really, really stuck with me was, if you don't have an assistant because you don't think you can afford one, I'm here to tell you that you can afford not to have one. And I immediately went back and hired an assistant. So that helped me tremendously. But even still, I had a son that did travel soccer and a daughter who was a cheerleader, and my husband worked at night, and I'm juggling a job. It was just really, really crazy. And I came to a conference that she sponsored, and she did my business makeover, and I was a mess, literally. And she would ask me questions like, well, how much do you make a month? And I tell her, well, it depends. And she says, well, what do you charge your clients? I says, well, it depends, you know? And she was like, well, you are a mess. And so,
she was a mess.
Yeah, I was a mess. And even still, I did not sign with her. Mm-hmm. And then there was the next conference that I came to in July of last year. My son graduated in June, and he was on his way to college. He was going to a private school, so you all know what that tuition was like. And I just felt moved. I knew I needed her because, again, I was a basket case. And I wrote the check, and I handed it to her, and I cried. And I said, I don't know why I'm doing this. I have too much going on. I don't know how I'm going to be able to pay you. But as I told her at the mastermind that we had just last month, God is so good, because the first of the month came around, she took the money was there, thank God. And I never missed a beat. And Darnyelle has just been truly, truly a blessing to me. There's been times when my daughter's been riding me, I don't have enough time, and I'll be like, oh, what am I doing this for? And I'd send Darnyelle a 2-page email, and what have you. But she has really helped me tremendously. Now I can tell her what my monthly income is. And when we first started working together, I said, well, you know what? My business had been fluctuating between, I guess 60 to 70 a year. And I said, I want to be a 6-figure business. And, of course she said, well, you can do it, you can do it. And with working with Darnyelle and with her helping me to create packages and demand retainers and things of that sort, I was actually reconciling my account just last month. And it just hit me. It just dawned on me at 9-something at night that for the first time, I had exceeded $10,000 for the month.
And what's the percentage of growth that your business has seen since you started working with me?
As of last week, actually, I was had 35.77%.
Growth in her business, 35.77%. And when you think about how that was possible, skeptical. There are some people out there right now who are just not trying to buy whatever it is. I'm not even trying to sell them anything, but they're not trying to buy it. They've already made the decision. No, I don't want it, right? it brings me to a sidebar story. When I was, before I started selling Mary Kay, I went to an event, and I didn't take my purse in because I was not buying that stuff. Like, I ain't buying that. I knew my credit card number by heart. So when it was time at the end, 4365, like, give me everything. But they're out there, and they're like, I'm skeptical. I don't know why I should do this. I just want you to really share, even though you were in fear of doing it, why it's the best thing you could have ever done.
I think to sum it up, you don't know what you don't know, you know, and your mindset limits you, and as Kristen said, you don't think you're enough.
Mm-hmm. It's okay if you do. You're in a safe space.
It's like you don't think that you can charge what you're really worth. And Darnyelle helped me to see that I had everything. I had more than what I needed to, you know, grow, and that I could charge what I'm worth. Mm-hmm. She has an exercise about your relationship with money, and that was my eye opener, you know. And I knew that I deserved more, and that I had a lot to offer my clients. So that helped me tremendously.
Mm-hmm. And what happened when you connected with the permission? You gave yourself permission to charge what you were worth. What happened?
It just flowed. The clients came. I'd tell them how much it was. Either they paid it or they didn't. And she helped me to realize that there are some clients who really don't want an accountant. They're really looking for a bookkeeper. So when they're trying to dwindle you down on your price, let them know, well, obviously you want the bookkeeper down the street and not someone with the expertise that I have to offer.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to give you guys the exact script tomorrow of how to deal with those people who don't want to pay your prices.
So I got rid of a lot of the pookies.
Yeah. It's something like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you wanted to work with an expert. That's like, right? Like that. Awesome. Anything else that you'd like to share with them?
I just like to say, if you are on edge, if you're skeptical, if you're really wanting to take your business to the next level, Darnyelle will help you get there. And when I signed up with her, you know, one of the things I said, well, you seem to be working with a lot of coaches and, you know, people who dealing with mindset or what have you. Are you sure you can grow my business? I'm an accountant, you know, I have a service business. And she says, definitely, and she definitely can. I'm totally convinced, no matter what, your industry is or what have you, Darnyelle can help you to grow your business. And if you're hesitant because of the money, you just have to have the right mindset, and the money will come tenfold. You won't miss it.
Very good. Can you pass the mic back to Kristen? Because I forgot something I wanted to make sure that we talked about. So, so Kristen, there's this awesome forum that I have for my clients, right? You guys love the forum? And Kristen made a post in the forum, and she's like, hey, I did this Get Acquainted, and nobody signed up. Like, I don't know what happened, right? Mm-hmm. And it was a Saturday. Wasn't it a Saturday?
Yeah, I think it was a Saturday.
Yeah, and I just happened to be in the forum. I'm not one of those coaches who gives you a forum, but you never see me. I'm in there with them, like commenting and giving suggestions. Like, that is really important to me. I'm not above the people that I serve. Like, that is so not my mentality. And I know that some people, like, they're untouchable. You can't get to them. You got to talk to 20 gatekeepers. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Charity will, make sure that I should talk to you. But yeah, so I literally called her on a Saturday and was like, I went to your website, and I went through the process like I was a client. And I was like, I figured out what it is wrong on Saturday. We had an impromptu session.
Yeah, not only was it a Saturday, you were in the middle of an event.
Oh, yeah. We were on a break.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
But my post was, I just had a Get Acquainted session. This is like the, whatever number it was, Get Acquainted that I had, and I was going through this little run of, I wasn't closing the sale. And I posted online, am I missing something? Like, this is what I'm doing with my Get Acquainted. This is what I'm doing with my, as I'm closing the sale. Like, what am I missing? And literally, not even 10 minutes later, I get a phone call and it said, well, no. First, I got an email that came through that Darnyelle Jervey has applied for a Get Acquainted session, and I was like, oh no. And then 2 seconds later, my phone rang, and I just answered it laughing because I was like, oh no, I'm nervous. You're applying for a Get Acquainted. But she went through that process so that she could tell me what I did wrong, and then literally right there on the phone, step by step, this is exactly what you're missing. And so.
Yeah. So I'm really, when I say I'm taking you by the hand, like I mean that. I'm not leaving you at any point in time.